The meltdowns are happening again, aren't they? The entire world is prepared to write Arsenal off. Are they going to throw away the title race? Manchester City have been there, seen it, and done it. We all know they love a chase. That big shark smells blood in the water. And everyone's laughing right now. But trust me when I say this. Trust me when I say this. Arsenal will shut everyone up in the next 4 weeks. Bearing in mind this month, the last 4 weeks, they've played Aston Villa, Bayern Munich, Spurs, Chelsea. They've played some of the hardest away games this season. Man United away, Liverpool away, Newcastle away, Aston Villa away, Chelsea away. I don't think context is really being applied here. And I think the meltdown for a team that's only lost 2 games all season in 20 plus, bearing in mind both defeats were away from home, looking at the fixtures they've got coming up, looking at the players they will have back from injury, Gabriel, Saliba, Havertz, Jesus, Mosquera. Imagine you took 2 of your first choice centre-backs, the best 2 centre-backs in the Premier League, out of your team. For instance, my team, I can't even imagine what we'd look like without Romero and Van der Ven. I can't imagine what Liverpool would look like without Konate and Van Dijk. Who would Liverpool even have as their centre-back pairing? I know the Arteta out movement right now is loving this because they can crap all over the manager. But I don't subscribe to that. I don't buy into that. I try to give a more balanced approach, just like I did over the Mohamed Salah debacle. I look at this situation right now for Arsenal, and I think the next 4 weeks, they will shut everyone up. And the whole scenario, you all laughed at me, well, you're not laughing now. That is exactly what Arsenal will do in the next 4 weeks. 2 comfortable fixtures this week in which they should comfortably bounce back against Club Brugge, which would be, they would be the only team to win 6 out of 6. But Arsenal are finished. Arsenal are done. Arsenal won't win the league, but they've won 6 out of 6 Champions League games, including beating Bayern Munich, who are statistically at the moment one of the best attacking teams in Europe. They reduced Harry Kane to living on scraps. Living on scraps. And they're going to have Gabriel and Saliba back this month. I think the overreaction, again, whenever it comes down to Arsenal losing a game, the world just changes their opinions, their approach. Nothing was really said a huge amount on Liverpool dropping points. Nothing was really said on the fact that Chelsea dropped points. You know, Chelsea were theoretically in a title race a couple of weeks ago. Now they're in a top 4 race. Aston Villa are now in the race. What I'm getting at the point here is football could be very, very reactionary. And I think at times you have to look at things and go, do you know what? May have got that wrong. Like I may have got it wrong that I thought Chelsea would be in a title race because I think their squad is very, very good. And I think their manager at times just has got a couple of things wrong recently. And that's absolutely okay. But yeah, I don't subscribe to this narrative that Arsenal are finished. And I'm gonna break it down in this video because there's a lot to get into. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. That'd be greatly appreciated. We hit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 likes recently. And make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't already. The road to 100,000 subscribers is well and truly on. I want to talk about their current fixtures coming up because, yes, they lost to Aston Villa, who, by the way, have only lost 1 home game this season, which was against Crystal Palace. They've currently won 9 home games in a row, and they've only lost 1 home game between now and November last year. 13 months, 1 home defeat. An unbelievable home record they've really, really got. Look at these fixtures, and I want you to write in the comments, and I'll try and get back to as many of you as I can. Look at these fixtures and tell me how many games Arsenal lose. We'll go through these. I think they beat Club Brugge. And I think if you then look at the Champions League table, they would be comfortably out in front. they would make it 18 points out of a maximum 18, which would be absolutely ridiculous. They would be the only team in the Champions League to make it 6 wins out of 6 for a team that's finished. Currently scored 14, conceded 1, 13 goal difference, 15 points, 5 games, 5 wins. Stupid return. 5 points clear of Chelsea, 5 points clear of City, 6 points clear of Liverpool, and 3 points clear of both PSG, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Bayern Munich. And bearing in mind, Real Madrid play City next. The next fixture after that, they play Wolves at home, who statistically are on par at the moment with Derby County. They are that bad. Arsenal will go out and comfortably beat Wolves. Trust me on that. They will beat them comfortably. You expect 3-4 goals past that Wolves side. A Wolves side who right now, if you actually look at the Premier League table, are bottom, who have only scored 7 and conceded 29. The second worst defence in the league. Only Burnley have conceded more. Only Burnley. But they're going to fall off. They're not good enough, etc., etc. The next fixture after that, they play Everton away. Now, this will be a tough game because Everton are in a really good bit of form. They've beaten Manchester United recently. They've beaten Nottingham Forest recently. They looked very, very good. Not going to lie, I think they will get a win, but it will be close. Maybe a 1-0, a 2-1. Then they play Crystal Palace in the League Cup, a team who they've already beaten. They've already beaten Crystal Palace this season. They beat Palace, they beat Brighton. Villa, listen, Villa aren't the same as they are on their away travels, but they're still tough. They should beat Villa and they should beat Bournemouth. If what I'm saying comes true, in the next 4 weeks, if you look at their fixtures going into January, they then play Manchester United at home. They then play Liverpool at home. They then play Karat Almaty at home. They then play Forest away, Inter Milan away. Bearing in mind, if they beat Club Brugge, they're pretty much already qualified. So that game doesn't really mean a huge amount if they beat Club Brugge. Then they play the tough games that they've already done. Sunderland at home. Tottenham away, they normally beat us. Leeds away. Like, I think everyone's just being a little bit too reactionary on what we have seen in the last couple of games. Yes, they dropped points against Sunderland, who have beaten Chelsea this season, who have been very, very good at home. Yes, they lost to Aston Villa, the same Villa side that beat Spurs, that beat Chelsea, that beat City, that the only really big team they've lost to this season has actually been Liverpool. And Aston Villa side, who are currently 7 wins in a row, who have beaten, like I said, Spurs. They've beaten some decent teams this season. Like, I don't necessarily think that what we're looking at right now is a capitulation in a side. We're looking at a team who have got injuries out, players missing. They've got, to put it into perspective, 3 of their back line are out injured, including the 2 best centre-backs in the Premier League. Now, that might not necessarily be an excuse, but it's a factor, right? Then you've got Martin Odegaard just back from injury. Gyökeres, we'll get onto him in a minute. Leandro Trossard's been very, very good off the bench. But that isn't a full-strength Arsenal team. When you add Gabriel, Saliba, and a fully fit and firing Victor Gyökeres, if we see that, who knows? If not, Mikel Merino will still do the job. It's a completely different team than what we're watching now because Timber goes back to right back and the 2 centre-backs come in. The difference between Timber and Nkapie and Saliba and Gabriel for me is quite a big distance. It's quite a big distance, guys. I'm not going to lie. Bearing in mind, Manchester City, their biggest rival to the Premier League. Well, their next 2 games, they have Real Madrid and Crystal Palace away. So The narrative of, oh, but they're only 2 points behind you. Crystal Palace right now is a very, very, very difficult game. Mark Gahey has been arguably the best centre-back in the Premier League, some people may argue, other than Gabriel. He has been unbelievably good. He really, really has. Like, he gets nowhere near amount of credit that he should get. Because Gahey, for me, is up there with one of the best centre-backs in the league. 2 goals and 2 assists this season for Palace. Clean sheets against Burnley, clean sheets against Wolves, clean sheets against Brentford, clean sheets against Liverpool, clean sheets against a number of teams, clean sheets against Chelsea, clean sheets against Dynamo Kiev, played for England and done really well. A very underrated centre-back. I think at best City get a draw. Then if Arsenal beat Wolves, the gap for 2 points then goes to 4 points. Then after that, Manchester City then go and play Brentford, who have a terrible away record, so you expect them to beat both Brentford and West Ham. But then they play Forest, Sunderland, and Chelsea, who are 3 tough away games, or 2 tough away games, and Chelsea, who knows? What I'm trying to get at here is it's a long title race, and just because Arsenal have had a bit of a slip now, it's better for them to have a slip now than a slip in March, April. And I think people are writing them off far, far too quickly. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button. Still a lot of football to play this week. We've got Champions League. We should have, fingers crossed, if we can have a time later to do the Manchester United match reaction. And then it's Tottenham, Slavia Prague. It's Arsenal, Club Brugge. It's Chelsea, Atalanta. And it's Newcastle, Leverkusen, with Liverpool having a tough trip to Inter Milan. We will be there. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. I'm out.